Coach. Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Oakland Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Jackson on 1st down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Well, when you think of these two teams, two franchises, Baltimore and Oakland, Charles, what comes to mind?
Well, the ghost to the post in the late 1970s, but remember, that was the Baltimore Colts who are now in Indianapolis. These are the Ravens who came from Cleveland and formerly were the Browns.
They also have some history, though. The Ravens, between these two teams, won an AFC championship game in 2001. Also beat a Derek Carless Raiders 30-17 in Oakland a year ago. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cannon. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
From the gun, Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Go, go. Get set, get set.
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Monday down.
On the draw, Carr leads to Washington. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
6:37. Come here.
Play action. Now it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now.
Right,
third
now,
and long.
56, lucky 56. Now let's go. 319. 319.
Now it's Jackson going to Rawls on the dump off. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good blocking there and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. A first update now from Cincinnati, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll start the drive with Washington. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Washington. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Express.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. On play action, now Carr. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First, here's Washington. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jared Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Drops it underneath for Rawls. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 2nd down, Rawls. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 19.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. This will be caught at about the 5. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw is Jackson. Operating from the gun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Get set. 180. 734. 618. 808. Hey, 734.
On play action, it's Carr. Uncorks one for Davis. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
You got 56 there. 734. You're mine. White.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
180. Let 5-man box.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And running with power here. He finds Roberts, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 38 there on third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this.
Here we go. Purdue. Down. 180. 29. 29.
Carr to throw on second down. They're holding it in, Nelson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw on second down. Carr. Caught by Nelson left side. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. This from 25 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Gone! All right, now, look at 56.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And the Raiders have got him. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19.
Gone! Leopard!
Throwing is Jackson. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 18. Here's Carr. Roberts with it over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain of 32 that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it first and 10.
Now, lady. 7:34. 8:08.
From midfield, here's Carr. Throw right side, caught by Davis. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Carr on the give. It's Washington. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. First down, the run with Lynch. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first and goal, Washington. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. DeAndre Washington with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hut.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable second and 1. From the gun, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He's throwing at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like 4-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Now let's go!
From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Jackson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
6-18. Get set. You ready? Hey, later, 2. Come here. 24. 694. Go, go.
To throw his Carr. Flushed out right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Raiders on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever.
Low, low, low. Hey, 7:34.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Get set. You ready? 29. You're mine. 694. You ready?
On third and long, it's Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
That's taken on the 25. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Jackson now. He's got the hook up to John Brown to the right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Jackson on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Hot. Hot.
To throw again is Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Drops it underneath for Walls. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
And Jackson throwing once more. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people.
Got a man, it's Brown. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go now.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Jackson now throwing again. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run the balls, and that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Set. 319. 319.
He'll get it up the middle. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Thomas rolls his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Later one. Come here. 24. 6-18.
Carr now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Carl try it again on 2nd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Gun! 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 Set! Blue! Landing!
Throwing now is Jackson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
Jackson to throw. Steps away. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Set! Blue! Landing! Blue! Landing!
First down, this is Rawls. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
All right, here we go.
They go again with Rawls. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. On to tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. 3rd down, here's Rawls. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On second down, here's Jackson. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson on first down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Jackson will throw again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive.
Here we go now.
Again, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line.
Detroit! Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now it's Jackson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Jackson to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So third down coming up. And, Charles, I guess a question for me, where does four down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On third down, Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Take Carradine in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Sam Cook now on for a very important punt here in overtime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
That part 1 is done, now part 2. First throw of overtime for Carr. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Complete to Washington. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 6:37.
Again, it's Carr. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Hey, 7:34.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
7:34. Go, go. Get set, get set. Check, 7:34.
On 1st down, Carr. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. But partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Raiders, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.